Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and this is a world exclusive, and I don't say that without having anything to back it up, because I can tell you now what I'm going to show you in this video you've not seen before, nobody knows about, and no other YouTuber has got access to. So you will not see Jimmy Broadbent or Jardier or Dave Cam or Basic Ollie or any of the others posting what I'm about to show you now, not even Gamer Muscle. Now, if you follow low fuel motorsport and you are driving the TCRs and racing against your friends and colleagues and whoever else around the world, this is a very important video for you, because I'm going to show you something in this which is going to help you for your next season. Now, if you're still watching at this point, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, you hit the like button, you comment away, but most importantly, share it, because anyone who's anyone is going to need to see this. On Wednesday, I received an email and it said, "Dear Coxie, I thought you might be interested in this because I see you racing TCRs. I'd like to get your opinions. What do you think?" Well, I'm going to show you what it's about in a minute. It's the first time that's ever happened. I've been racing online on PC for about 14-15 months, and for someone, a developer who is developing the cars that you're racing, to send me that email meant the absolute world to me. And that's all it is, because I want to say now, I'm not being paid to make this video. This is not a paid promotion. I'm making the video because I want to make the video, because after seeing the product, I sent him an email straight back saying, "I really want to make a video about this. I know it's not launched yet, but can I?" And he said, "Well, we don't usually promote stuff. We don't do it ourselves because it's all word of mouth, but he'd love me to, providing I give the Patreon links to him down below," which you will see down below. There's two links down below. One is the Patreon link and another one is a little bit more about the car. Now, who did that email come from, I hear you ask? It came from Fuzo's workshop, from Roman, who I've raced previously on TCRs. Great guy. Turns out he watched my videos and didn't realise that he was watching the video of the race that he was in. And he's responsible for the Seat Cupra 2024 and the Hyundai. Now, who did that email come from, I hear you ask? It came from Fuzo's workshop, who I know as Roman. I've raced him previously, and he was watching one of my videos one day and realised that he was racing me in the video, and that's how we got talking quite a while ago. And to be honest, that's the last time we spoke. Those of you who don't realise who he is, you may recognise Fuzo's workshop. They are responsible for the Seat Cupra 2024 and the Hyundai Elantra, which you race currently in TCRs. Well, I'm here to show you there's something else. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the Audi RS3 LMS TCR car from Fuzo's workshop. Now, I'm actually honoured he sent me this. It looks amazing. I wasn't sure how this was going to be. I know that his Cupra is great. The Elantra handles very differently, and I don't really get on with it. But what he told me in the email was that the RS3 LMS is based with the same or similar physics as the Cupra TCR, and is actually currently being used in training with real life racing drivers at the moment. And I thought, okay, I'll give it a crack. I'll have a drive of it, and in a minute I'm going to show you a lap basically where I do the Cupra and then I do the Audi as well, and give you a little bit of my thoughts about the car. But I think you can agree it's absolutely stunning, and this is still the test version. It's not fully perfected at the moment, but I really wanted to get this out here because it is going live on Saturday evening, Central European time, 1800 hours, and that will be Saturday the 5th of October. You will then be able to get your hands on it on the link below. What a beautiful looking car. And there we go, the Audi RS3 LMS TCR car from Fuzo Motorsport, and the finish of it, the shading on it is just superb. It's a beautiful looking car, and the great thing about this, and the reason I'm telling you that it's being launched on Saturday, is as of next week you will be able to race this in low fuel motorsport in the TCR Championship, and I'm really looking forward to it. But what does it drive like? It looks amazing. They've got all the vents in all the right places. The detail is stunning, even if Assetto Corsa does try and put its camera through walls, but it just looks so purposeful from the front. I'm loving just looking at the car at the minute. So while we're looking at that, why don't we go and take the Cupra for a quick drive first, just to remind ourselves of what it's like, and then we'll give the Audi RS3 LMS TCR a quick spin round the Mugello. Okay, so we're just doing a bit of an installation lap there, and we're just going to give a quick lap in this Seat just to see and remind us what the car's like. And my quickest lap round here is a 57.1, I believe, in this Seat. So I just want to get quickly back into it and see what I can do. Oh yeah, 57.1 down the bottom left. I'm trying to cut the slightly different lines here. Trying to concentrate on apexes and exits at the moment. Keep the tyre temps in. Don't run wide here. It's almost flat through there, but not quite. Oh, bit of a lock up. Didn't want to do that. It's lost me a bit of time. So this really is just to see what I can do with it. I just remind myself of the track, even though we've done a lot over the last few days on Mugello, but that was with the 911 Cup car. Very different animal. Back down to that apex, try and get a good drive out of here and see what sort of time we throw in with this. A little bit slower than my best. 58.9. Okay, so got 58.9. And what I'm going to attempt to do is go and drive the next car exactly the same. Okay, so look at this. We've got proper GT wheel on it now, like the real RS3 LMS. Oh, sounds fruity. Oh, just need to work out how to get away with it. Right, let's do a quick lap, see what we think. I have actually already done a lap while I was just trying to work out a setup, and immediately went quicker than my installation lap, which I wasn't expecting. I should have probably recorded that, but yeah, I really like this. I really like it. So we're going to try third gear, turn one. No, we're not. We're going to try second gear. These are always a tricky couple of corners to get right, but if you do and you get the drive out of here, that's where your lap time is. And we're going to try and go into this in fourth. Now what I really like about this RS3, you can steer it with the throttle very easily, and not more so than the Cupra. And it seems to want to hit these apexes just a little bit better. Try this in third. It also feels a lot more stable. Doesn't feel like the back end is gonna come round on you. Still trying to learn how to trail brake in this thing. Overall, it just feels really nice. So we're going to go and try and do a flying lap here. Still trying to work out if that's second or third through there. It's different geared to the Cupra. Slightly. Not as big a difference as the Elantra is. Oh, a little bit wide there. This is what I'm talking about. You can just feather the throttle to get it where you want. Get the front in and nail it on the way out. Staying off the grass, hopefully making it a clean lap. Yeah. Nice little turbo blow off noise there. The front comes in so much easier than the Seat. I think this is going to be the car to beat in TCR's next season. You can actually get the front to come in quite easily with a little lift or a dab of throttle. So let's see where we are. 58.4 is what I've done on this so far. 58.5. Can we go a bit quicker? Let's see if we can modify this front first corner. Because I've got a feeling I can go a fair bit quicker in this car. I lost a load of time there, just went a little bit wide. It's so much easier to get the front where I want it to be. That's the biggest thing I'll find. 57.9. I've got a second quicker in that without trying. Now, before I get onto my roundup of my thoughts on what I think of the car, there is something else very important I need to tell you about it. It has a feature that you can enable called launch control, and it's very, very important that you start to practice this now. It's a little bit of a complicated process, but in reality, that's how a proper race car gets off the line at the beginning of a race. So down below, there's another link. It's got instructions of all of Fuso's workshops TCRs, and this works on the Cupra and on the Elantra, and I suggest you watch the next bit very carefully and practice a lot. Okay, launch control. Now, this is a relatively complicated process. First of all, you need to map a button on your steering wheel for launch control. I'm talking to you like none of you know what launch control is. I'm sure you do. Now, when you map this button, if you go into your controls, you can map extra F button. Look for extra F button and map that to the button on your steering wheel that you want to have as launch control. Secondly, it's advisable you got an e-brake, which I have. You can't see, but you can see me pulling it there on the screen. Okay, e-brake is a good idea. If you haven't got an e-brake, you can map an e-brake to the steering wheel. Now, the process is a little bit complex, but you can make it work. You need to hold the launch control button, hold your foot on the clutch, pull first gear, pull the e-brake and floor the throttle. With your finger on the launch control button, the accelerator will hold the revs at 5,200 revs. Then what you need to do is, while holding the e-brake and waiting for the lights to go out, lift the clutch up ever so slightly to build the turbo boost. And if you don't know where to find turbo boost, one of the best places with Assetto Corsa is with the gear indicator. And if you see, I've got it on the right hand side of the dash there, and there's a little red line that goes around. That red line, that's your turbo boost. And what I used to do with the normal getaways is I would hold the revs and then ease off a bit until that red line comes as far round as possible, pull first gear, and away we go. Okay, forget that for the moment, just bear with me. Okay, so I'll show you the queue up procedure. When you press, I'll put a foot on the clutch first of all. You can see my pedal indicator is the blue one, that's my clutch. Okay, green is accelerator. I'll pull first gear. I'm then going to press the launch control button I've mapped on here. Watch the dashboard over that way somewhere. That way? That way? No, it's that way. There we go. Watch the dashboard. Holding it, it says not ready. Okay? If I pull the e-brake, it changes to ready. Okay? Then I'm going to floor the throttle. You'll see it goes up to 5,200. Hold the e-brake so it doesn't roll. If you watch the turbo boost as I ease the clutch up a little bit, you'll see it raises. Yeah? Now what you need to do is find the sweet spot for your getaway. And what you're then going to do is, when you find your sweet spot, you release the e-brake, start to feed in the clutch. You're going to need to slip the clutch in to control the wheel spin. When you get to 50 kilometers an hour, you need to release the launch control button, otherwise it will limit you to 5,200 revs. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, all the instructions are down there in the comments. Click that link. This works on the Elantra, it works on the Cupra as well. Go and practice it. Let's see if I can make this go. Right, e-brake, clutch is in, launch control button's pressed. Ease up the clutch a little bit, let's get the turbo boost. And let's go. Wasn't the best, I'm going to give it another go. Let's see if I can launch it harder this time. Right, let's give it another go, because I think this is going to be a lot of practice. A lot of practice. Okay, e-brake, launch control button. Hold the revs, lift the clutch up a little bit, let go. That was better. Go and practice it. Go and have fun, learn how it works, and practice it on the other cars as well. You're gonna need to. Just trust me on that. So, not the easiest process, but it will be worth it in the end if you keep practicing that and you find that sweet spot on the clutch control. I have been told, and I didn't mention it in that part of the video, that it does actually work with auto clutch as well. So don't worry, if you've got auto clutch, it might even be easier. I might set that myself, but hey, if we're gonna race, let's do it properly. What are my thoughts on the car? I absolutely love it. I'm not just saying that. I felt very honoured that Fuso's workshop sent me this in the first place. And I asked permission to make this video from Roman, who's behind it all, because I felt that a lot of these developers, they do all this work and nobody really appreciates it. And bearing in mind, he's now built, well, he's built the whole grid anyway, but now with 3 cars, it makes it a little bit more varied, and it all depends on which car you want to drive. I absolutely love the way this handles, and the setup, as I said in the video, is very similar to the Cupra, and it just feels different to me, and I like that. I couldn't get on with the Elantra. It was a little bit too tail happy for me, which I like if it's a rear wheel drive car, but not so much with front wheel drive. But it goes back to something I said at one of my earliest videos, which is when you're choosing a car to race, race the car that works for you. Don't race the car that you think works for you. I do think, as I said, we're going to have a grid full of Audis next season, but I still want to see the Cupras and the Elantras, and I think you may find certain tracks there will be an advantage or disadvantage between the cars. But I don't do reviews like this normally. I did the review on the Moser kit because I bought it and I thought actually it's interesting for you to see it. I've done the review on this because it's been sent to me and I thought actually it's important that you see that as well. I don't go around reviewing stuff. That's not really what I do. I just try and show you the things that I think you want to see. And I'm not doing this for money. I have to work like everybody else, unfortunately. But if you keep hitting that subscribe button, that could change, who knows. But the point of what I'm trying to make is the video, that is my honest opinion. It feels a lot more planted than the Cupra, and definitely more planted than the Elantra to me. Now, some of you I know get on really well with floating the car and sliding the car a little bit more through the corners and carrying that speed through. Maybe you've got a little bit more control there that I don't. I find for me it's an easier car to drive. No, I haven't beaten my fastest time around there, but I've literally done 3 laps in it. Been working hard this week, and I received the file on Wednesday, so I couldn't actually drive it until Thursday, which I was a little bit upset about. And Thursday afternoon I'm making this video. But I'm absolutely loving that car so far. I know I keep saying it, and I do stress that you need to go and drive it. Go down to the Patreon, support Fuso. He knows what he's doing. The more you support him, the more cars he can produce, and I for one want to see more of them. And to Roman, thank you very much, sir. You are an absolute gentleman. Thank you for trusting me with this bit of info, and I hope this video has done it justice. The only last thing I can say on the matter is TCR season starts on Monday. What am I going to be driving? I'm going to be in the RS3, kids. See you on track.